Hi, and welcome to this video. I'm Joseph Leif, and I can't wait to talk with you about the power of knowing and understanding where your buyer is in their journey to becoming a customer. Right now, about 68% of your customer's journey has been completed before they talk to anybody from your company. That's from a study by Forrester. Wouldn't it be super powerful if you could get behind that cloud and know where your customers were and be interacting with them with the appropriate message at the appropriate time? That would save you both money and time. You're able to make the best allocations of your marketing dollars, but it's much less expensive to do an awareness campaign than it is to do targeted evaluation or intent campaign, right? Those are more expensive because you're targeting the person who's in the buying position at the moment. Awareness campaigns are much less expensive. So this is a story of a woman who is into walking and wants to buy, doesn't want to buy, a woman who's into walking, and she's a customer. She's probably the target market for a shoe company. And the shoe company wants to make sure that when she's ready, she buys their shoes, but they don't want to spend a bunch of money when she's not ready to buy their shoes. So we all know that there's these things called cookies that are on your devices. Every time you go to some website, they put a cookie on your device, your phone or your laptop. Cookies are device specific, and there's some problems with them, right? As far as understanding where people are in the buyer's journey, they can disappear. I can clear my cache and they're gone. So what we really want is something that's more persistent, and that's what an identity graph provides. It's a database that's owned by you, by the business, and it includes a bunch of information about your potential customer. Now, Jane here has been to a lot of websites about walking. She owns a Fitbit. She's been to the walking company, been to Consumer Reports, checked out websites, all these kinds of different activities and things that she's done. But she's done them on different sites in different places. What an identity graph does is it stitches together these little bits of information based on knowledge about Jane and creates a clearer picture of who she is and what she's really doing right now, what her behaviors are indicating about her activity right now and where she is in that buyer's journey. Right now, she's just in the awareness stage. So as a business, you want to be spending awareness dollars, right? Making sure that she's aware of your company, that she knows you exist, and that you're an option when she's interested. So you want to be providing education, have a social media presence, make sure that you're giving her broad information about the company. And then one day, Jane does a search on Google for best shoes for walking. And that information goes into your identity graph. That signals your CRM to say, wait a minute, she's moved. She's not just in the awareness stage. Now she's probably interested. And so you're willing to invest a little bit more money in what she does. And so the next time she pops up onto Facebook, you're going to serve her ads, but not ads trying to sell her. You're going to serve her ads trying to provide her information, encouragement, so that she's understands where you're positioned in the market and that your shoe is good for this, right? You're tantalizing that interest that she has and trying to encourage her to like your shoes. Now, another few days later, she does another search. This is Reeboks versus Skechers. Which are the best walking shoes? And that information goes into your identity graph. That also sends a trigger to the CRM. The CRM says, wait, that's kind of the thing that person would search on if they're in the consideration, if they're thinking about buying. And so you want to shift your focus a little bit as a business and be sending her case studies and automated email campaigns and things like that, so that she's getting indoctrinated into the understanding of your shoe and where it's positioned in the market. And so you want to make sure that when she's doing those searches, that you're showing up high, you're sending her emails that give her information about your shoes, keeping her informed all the way through the process. And then one day she does a search on Amazon or maybe on Google Shopping and looks for a pair of walking shoes. Now, this information goes into your database and it says, hey, wait a minute, she has moved from the consideration to intent. She is seriously shopping right now. So I'm willing to spend more money on somebody who's seriously shopping than I am on someone who's just general awareness. So we need to provide them information. So I'm going to be providing them sales ads, I'm going to be providing them deals. If I was fishing, this is where you set the hook, right? The fish has bit, but if you don't set the hook, then they'll let go of that hook and swim away. You want to set the hook with intent marketing so that they understand they understand more about your product and are desiring it and see the value in it. So you want to show up higher in the rankings, so you're willing to pay for it. Some of these ads are paid for in these cases, right? The ones that are above the line, they have paid for that placement. It's not because they showed up there in the search, they're showing up there because they've paid for that placement. And you can do the same thing because you're only paying for the specifically targeted information for that single person, an audience of one. So you're able to know exactly where they are. And then she does this running shoe evaluation search, and that is that evaluation, last minute thinking, right? She's looking, has an intention to buy. You know that actually, if you look at the search, this search is not much different than a search that would happen in the interest or consideration stage. But because you know where she is and that she's already moved through those stages, you're willing to spend more on her because you know, the power of knowing, you know where she's at and that she is in the evaluation, almost ready to purchase stage. So you put your ad right there. So this has to happen in near real time. Your CRM and your sales marketing systems need to be, boom, interacting with your campaigns in near real time to take advantage of all the information that's available to you in this identity graph. And then you see she puts it in her cart. Her cart has one of your products in it. Hey, purchase! And she bought a pair of your shoes and is delighted about it. And that's how an identity graph and this power of knowing where your customer is in the buyer's journey. And that's how it works. When you understand where your customer is in that buyer's journey, you can spend your dollars wisely. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.